What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and ahead of TNA Emergence, we got with us today former two-time TNA World Champion, former inaugural TNA World Heavyweight Champion, former TNA X Division Champion. We've got Moose. Moose, welcome back to the channel. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Everybody always gets this wrong. I'm actually a former three-time TNA World Champion. Not
Okay,
two.
see, there you go. All right, we got don't
Yeah.
worry, we got a better intro right then and there. So, Moose man, how are you?
I'm doing great. It was great chatting with you. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm in Baltimore for a media tour. We have a big show coming up next weekend, and yeah, trying to sell this thing out.
Yeah, man. Well, there's a lot that I want to get into because the last time that you were here on the channel, it's been a while. So since
Yeah.
then, so much has happened. And I kind of want to start off with one of my favorite matches that you've had that I just loved. And it was over at NXT Roadblock, yourself and Oba Femi. I just got to say that your match with Oba has been my favorite of Oba's championship run as NXT champion. And I thought you guys freaking killed it. Talk to us about what that opportunity was like getting to wrestle Oba in that match.
Oh man, I could say so many great things about Oba. He's definitely going to go down as a generational guy. And I'm glad that I was given the opportunity from WWE to have that match with him, and that was my debut in WWE, and I hope I made it memorable for all the Moose fans and all the staff and coaches there in WWE. But I enjoyed that match also. It was definitely a learning experience for me because it taught me how WWE does things, and it's so different than how TNA does things and how TNA won their matches. So it was definitely a learning experience for me, and it was also a learning experience for O because he did a couple of shows and he made a couple of stops in TNA. And he saw how we did things. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm sure he could tell you is a little bit different than how they do things there. So, well, I'm happy that we had great chemistry. I'm happy that we delivered, and I felt like we delivered because people didn't realize how good this match was going to be until it was over with. And from everything I saw, we got high praises from it. So yeah, hopefully we get the lock horns again, and hopefully it will be a different outcome if we do.
Oh man, I hope you guys run it back because it was
Yeah.
just a very, very cool match to watch. Hard hitting, just exciting. And I really feel like, you've been in the business for such a long time and Oba is still getting started. So I feel like you really took him to the max to like this whole new level that we hadn't seen him go in before. But you mentioned that being your WWE debut. And then also the fact that you've wrestled literally for so many different promotions. What did it mean to you to have your WWE debut? Because I'm sure this was not something you expected like a year ago or something.
No, definitely. I mean, for everybody knows that I signed a very long deal with TNA, and I had chances of going to WWE, but when I signed with TNA, and especially with the long of a term that I did, my chances of working with WWE, probably a lot of people probably thought it would never happen, right? And who knew that WWE and TNA was going to have a working relationship? So for me, it was definitely a dream come true because as a little kid, I always wanted to work for WWE. It's always been a goal of mine. It's always been a dream of mine. And I thought that after I signed this long term deal with TNA, that was just one of those things that was never going to happen. But thankfully, I was wrong, and thankfully, I had a chance to work for WWE. And I was just there last Tuesday, and I'm also scheduled for a match this coming Tuesday. So I'm very happy for this relationship because it's making me do things that I dreamt of doing as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So
What was the
thank you,
experience?
thank you, wrestling gods.
Yes, seriously. Thank you to the wrestling gods. What was your experience like backstage? I know I saw a video of you shaking hands with Shawn Michaels. What was that all like? What were some of the moments that stood out to you that people didn't get to see?
Oh man, me every time I go back there, it's still very surreal to me. It's almost like, okay, somebody wake me up. This isn't happening, right? I'm just dreaming. I'm just in bed, and none of this is real. But just going there is such a learning experience because I mean, I get to learn from one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it, right? Shawn Michaels. And it's somebody that I really looked up to and like really watched and was one of my favorite wrestlers as a kid. So and I get to learn from him, you know what I'm saying? And so every time I go there, it's always like, okay, be a sponge most. Try to learn from everybody. Don't take this for granted. You know what I'm saying? Always have a smile on your face and always say hi to everybody. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all I can be, right? So, yeah. So I'm very happy that I get the opportunity. I get the phone calls to go work with NXT. I'm happy that I get to lock up with Trick. Um, and I have an opportunity of being a full-time TNA World Champion next weekend, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably the most currently in our locker room if I get it done. So yeah, it's a huge goal, but I'm going to work my ass off to give Trick the biggest fight of his life, and hopefully he can learn something from it. Um, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's amazing. So, let's talk about that because you mentioned just this past Tuesday you were out there with Javon, with Trick Williams, with Oba Femi, and then unfortunately got attacked, all of you guys, by Dark State. You're going to have that match next week. So, getting to team up with all of those guys, and then especially considering that you're going to be facing Trick Williams on TNA Emergence this Friday, there's just kind of a lot happening, a lot of moving pieces. So, how do you feel about both the match at TNA Emergence, the match coming up at NXT, just everything that's going on and falling into place?
I mean, I'll take it one step at a time. Right now, my focus is on Dark State. I thought the system taught them a lesson when they tried to attack the system, but I guess they're hard headed because they didn't realize that. I guess they didn't realize that Moose is part of the system. So now they're gonna have to get their ass whooped again this Tuesday night. And I have to trust. I don't have a problem trusting Oba and trusting Javon because I feel like there's some kind of mutual respect there. But I know Trick Williams is all about mind games and he's kind of like chicken shit. So I got to look over my shoulder a little bit. But I think his hate for Dark State is just as high as mine. So I think for one night and one night only, he will drop whatever beef me and him has and focus on kicking Dark State's ass because from my understanding, from all the shows I've watched at NXT, this is not the first time that Darkseid has attacked him. So I'm sure they're getting on his last nerves too, as much as they're getting on mine. So I believe for one night and one night only, we could put our differences aside and be on the same page to beat the hell out of Darkseid.
Oh man, I hope so too, man. But how have you felt about Trick Williams' reign, holding that TNA championship?
Honestly, I think Trick has done a stellar job. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I don't like the way he's doing it because, I mean, let's be honest. Just before Slammiversary, I was doing the exact same thing and winning matches the exact same way he was winning it, and I was damn proud of it. So, but everybody's been asking why the change of heart, and it's easy. I call myself Mr. TNA Wrestling. I call myself the face of the franchise, and I don't like that an outsider has come in, won our title, and not only won our title because he deserved it and he deserved what he has, but now he's belittling the company that I've been carrying on my back for the last 10, 11 years, you know? So that's kind of disrespectful to me. So that's why I had to change of heart. And my goal is to take that title away from him and bring it back home to TNA.
Man, well, we'll see what happens with that, but I'm excited now. I do want to ask you about Slammiversary because, man, your match with Leon Slater, what a performance, and then what a moment to say. I know, I'm sorry, Moose, but what a moment for Leon Slater to have
Yeah,
this
no, he
major
deserved it.
opportunity. Yes, exactly. And then to go out there not only to celebrate and become the youngest X Division champion ever following your guys' match, but then having that moment with AJ Styles. How did you feel getting to obviously it takes two to tango, being in there with Leon and seeing this big, massive moment occur?
Oh man, I've been a big fan of Leon for the longest. I remember the first time I saw Leon when we was in the UK. I think that's when he officially got signed. I knew he was going to be a star then. I was hoping that TNA didn't fumble on him because he had the opportunity to be the next best thing. And I think TNA has done right by him and given him all the opportunities, and he's done right by himself by knocking all the opportunities he's been given out the park. So once they told me that I was going to be working a feud with Leon, I was very, very excited. Win, lose, or draw, because at the end of the day, all that stuff doesn't matter, right? What matters is your performance and helping a young talent grow and become a star. So I took it personally to try my best to help Leon get to the next step, and I think we both did a good job of achieving that goal, and everything that he's getting right now, he's earned it. I hate to say the word deserve because deserve means that you didn't earn it, but I feel like everything he's getting right now, he earned. He worked his ass off. His growth, his understanding of wrestling, his work ethic, and the sky's the limit. And the funny thing is, like, he's gonna get so much better than what he is now, which is scary because he's already really damn good. So I'm happy that I could have been part of you know what I'm saying, that evolution of Leon.
Yeah, that was such a cool moment, man. The entire match, I was feeling like I'm like, is he able to defeat Moose right now? And it really, really captivated, I think, people that were watching. But I do want to ask, did you get a chance to interact at all with AJ Styles? What was it like having him, who's a legend, an icon, not just in pro wrestling, but specifically TNA?
So I'm kind of embarrassed because I didn't get a chance to talk to AJ as much as I wanted to. I saw him before the show started, and I chatted with him for like a good 2-3 minutes. But I was too busy, you know what I'm saying, figuring out what this match was going to be. And then I got hurt during the match, and I didn't have a chance to talk to him after the match because I was being attended to by the paramedics because I jacked up my back really, really, really bad, where I had to be carted off out the building, you know, because I couldn't walk. So yeah, so it was one of those things where I didn't get a chance to talk to him, and I really want to have a real long, in-depth conversation with AJ because I've been a big fan of him. And I remember we was in Ring of Honor for a minute with each other, so it was a lot of catching up I wanted to do with him, but because of just my injury and being attended to by the doctors, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But hopefully I get to share a locker room with him soon in the future, and we'll get have that catch up moment that I wanted to have.
I mean, I know you're wrestling, but it's regardless, though, I still want to ask, how is the back?
My back is it was scary because I couldn't walk after the match. I couldn't really even lift my leg up after I took the stupid bump to the concrete from the apron, and we still had like 13, 14 more minutes left to go. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to finish this match? But Leon did a great job of, I would say, carrying me through it, which is so awesome of him. And we got it done. But I mean, my back feels great now. I've been working my ass off to get healthier, and I might not be 100%, but I'm probably like 90, 95%. And only rest would get me 100%, but no excuses. I'm still a warrior. I'm still going to take that title from Trick, and that's still the plan. So
Well, I gotta tell you, I was watching the match and I would have never like thought like, oh man, like he's done and out or something. Cause you were still rolling with it, man. It was so cool to see like just that entire performance. Now, I do want to get into before we wrap things up. And my last question that I always like to ask people is, your short and long-term goals. You've accomplished so much, but as we're seeing, the wrestling landscape is changing and evolving in so many different unexpected ways. So now I feel like maybe even wrestlers can have like some new goals, some new things in mind, especially right now with this TNA WWE partnership. What are your short-term and long-term goals right now?
oh man, it's hard for me to make up long-term goals because the the truth of the matter is I don't really control anything. The only thing I can control is my performance when I'm in the ring. So the only goal I always set for myself is to be better than I was the last time I stepped in the ring. And that's always going to be my goal. Is every time I get in the ring, perform better than I did the last time. 1% better. In the dungeon with TJ and Maddie, there's one thing saying that they always say, you only have to get 1% better. So that's the only goal I set for myself is getting 1% better every time. So
That's good. I like that. I'm gonna have to steal that and
yeah,
apply it to my own life. I love that. I think the
yeah.
listeners here too will
Cause
as
yeah,
well.
because in wrestling I don't control anything else but my performance. So I can't sit here and tell you it will be weird if I say and be like, I want to be NXT World Champion. I don't control that. You know what I'm saying? Like now, what I can control is how good my performances are when every time I get a chance to step into the ring. That I can control, and that's all. That's all my goal is to control that and to get 1% better.
That's perfect, man. Well, thank you so much, Moose, as always, for joining me here on the channel. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Before we go, tell the people where they can check out TNA and where they can follow and support you as well.
Oh, well, you can check out TNA on Access TV Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you want tickets to our next PLE, TNA's Emergence is in Baltimore at the Chesapeake Bay something arena. It's a long name. Me and Ross is kind of like joking about it. But if you want tickets, you can go to TNAWrestling.com and get tickets for that event. Is Friday the 15th, and then we have a TV taping Saturday the 16th in the same arena. Or yeah, you could go on Fight or Triller TV and order the PLE. Or if you
It's
want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Moose Station 69 and Twitter on at the Moose Station.
I'm going to post all of the links to that in the description box below, by the way. And that name is Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena.
Yes, it's a mouthful. So
It really
yeah,
is, though. It really is. All right, Moose,
yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you to everybody watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone. Take care.
All right, thank you.